The Obi-Wan Kenobi series has been delayed again, but Ewan McGregor gives us another update on when it will start filming, which does give us another possible release date. Let's talk about the news.
Have you seen Star Wars?
So back in 2019, in August of 2019, Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy announced that they had the Kenobi series scheduled for production and that all the scripts were completed. But then later in that year, they decided they did not like those scripts, so the series went under rewrites and they delayed production of all 2020. Since then, Ewan McGregor has been the only person to really give us updates on the show's progress, and back in October of 2020, he did say that production and filming would begin in March of this year, 2021, but in a recent charity livestream, Ewan said that the series will not begin filming until late spring, and that it would be in LA. And he also kind of teased the press and media all over the wrong locations that they've been reporting on, and he said, "It's so funny. Every week there's a new report. My dad was sending me links saying, I thought you were shooting in LA because there's another tabloid expos that we're shooting in some bizarre town somewhere. Then we're meant to be making it in Boston, and then we're meant to be making it in, no, it wasn't Boston. It was Boston, England. But we're not. We're shooting it in LA. So there you have it. The Obi-Wan Kenobi series is now filming in late spring of this year in LA. He seems to want to make a good note about that. So maybe an April or May starting date for production would be ideal. But the big question is, what does that mean for its release date? Well, the good news is that we will be seeing this sometime in 2022, if all does go well, with a likely release window of late 2022. I think it all honestly depends on The Mandalorian Season 3. They seem to be planning to release Season 3 of The Mandalorian in 2022, instead of what we all hoped for, which was late 2021, like they did for Seasons 1 and 2, which always came out in like December in the winter months. Plus, they have the Cassian Andor series releasing in 2022, so there's a lot to happen. That we have 3 live-action Star Wars shows coming to Disney Plus in 2022, which is really fun to think about as a Star Wars fan. But if you're Disney, you don't want each show to release in the same window. You want to release all 3 over the course of the year, but none at the same time so they can each have their moment to shine. So, what will likely happen is we get the Cassian Andor series in early 2022, since it's going to be the first to wrap up production, and it's also 12 episodes long, so it could start releasing in sometime like February and end on May 4th, which is exactly what they did with Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 7. So now Disney would just have to decide, what do they want to release first? Do they want the Kenobi series coming out in the summer of 2022, or do you put Mandalorian Season 3 out first? Production for The Mandalorian Season 3 is supposed to start in April of this year, which likely means we'll see it at earliest April of 2022. Which, like I just said, is right around the time the Cassian Andor series could be wrapping up its debut on Disney+. So if Cassian Andor ends on or before May 4th, we could see The Mandalorian Season 3 debut on Disney Plus on May 4th as well, the worldwide Star Wars Day, and that would be big news and that would be a big deal, which would leave the winter months to the Kenobi series having its release date around then, and that would make sense because Lucasfilm is always trying to fill that December month since it's another Star Wars month. May and December are the big months every year for Star Wars, and since the Kenobi series is only going to be 6 episodes long, that means they have a lot more options on when to release it in the 2022 calendar. But all of that aside, I'm kind of just happy this series is happening. 6 one-hour episodes means basically a trilogy of Obi-Wan movies. Plus, we get to see Hayden Christensen reprise his role as Anakin and Darth Vader in the upcoming Kenobi series, which is kind of surprising. I didn't really think they were going to bring him back as Vader, but that does mean they're going to have a rematch. That's what Kathleen Kennedy said. They're going to have the rematch of the century, which is also surprising. I don't think a lot of us expected these two characters to cross paths in the show, and I think that means the show is really going to delve into the relationship between Obi-Wan and his former apprentice Anakin. Reports do suggest that we would have flashbacks on their time together in the Clone Wars, which is something we've never seen either. I mean, we've seen them in the Clone Wars, but not in live action, not Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor themselves, so that's really promising and really fun. Plus the promise of a modern-day lightsaber duel between these two. I wonder how intense that will be, seeing as the last one they had on Mustafar was like 14 minutes long. It was a volcano planet. How do you top that? But maybe they will. But tell me your thoughts below. What are your hopes for the Kenobi series, and what do you want to see when it releases? Do you want to see it release in summer of 2022, or do you want to see it release in December of 2022? So the big question would be, before Mandalorian Season 3 or after Mandalorian Season 3? Tell me your thoughts below. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like or comment because it does help out the channel. If you enjoy Star Wars Only, become an Only fan and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on the latest news in Star Wars. I'm Star Wars Only. I will see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.